here at Franklin High School here in Somerset, New Jersey. Jack Bartek alongside Brandon Marazzo and Anthony Cafone joining us here for the final game of the night, day 2 at the Metro Classic. And guys, we got a good one coming up. Two New Jersey powerhouses over the past decade. It's the Manasquan Warriors and the Roselle Catholic Lions. We've seen Roselle Catholic earlier this season, but a much different looking team.
No, absolutely. I mean, I'll tell you though, there's still talent up and down that Roselle team for sure. 3 players though, there's a 3-headed monster. If they can figure out how to work with that chemistry, of course I'm talking about Ethan Mgbako, Jalen Grant, and Mr. Jumpman himself, Eric Hillsman. They have some serious potential to take down the best of the best if they link up that chemistry.
And on the other side for Manasquan, I mean, they have done nothing but win over the past 10 years and more under head coach Andrew Bilodeau. They lost Darius Adams, one of the top players in the country, and they still sit here at 16-4.
Yeah, it just took a tough loss to Rainey the other day, but in this time, 16-4 coming into this one. They got the really great 3-headed monster of Griffin Lindstrom, the junior, Ray Weisenheimer, the freshman standout who's been absolutely standing out amongst this entire group. As you see them all huddled on the ground right now, they're getting hyped ready for this one. And then, of course, you got Jason Larnett as well. This team is exciting, one of the best public schools from South Jersey in the Shore Conference. And like you said, Jack, winning has been the motto with Andrew Bilodeau at the helm. I mean, led Manasquan to their first ever NJSIA Group 2 championship last season ever. So now it's time to see if they can repeat again. But they have a tough Roselle Catholic team in front of them right now. One of the better private schools in the state over the last 15 years. A little bit of struggles this year, but now a chance to really cement themselves in this state.
And a good chance for a public school team to showcase themselves here at a tournament with a ton of prep schools and Catholic schools. It's impressive.
I mean, listen, we just had Carmelo Anthony, Julius Randle, and Kyle O'Quinn all in the building. You never know who's going to pop
Andre
up.
Iguodala.
Andre Iguodala as well. How could I forget? Let alone, that's the NBA talent that walked in here. You never know what scout's going to walk in here.
The team's taking the floor. Almost time for tip-off here at Franklin High School. Out there for Roselle Catholic, they go with Jaden Maldonado, Ethan Mgbako, Jalen Grant, Eric Hillsman, and Tyrese Hunter for their starting lineup. The ball just about ready to be tipped. Manasquan in the navy blue with the white letters. Roselle Catholic in the white with the yellow accents. And we are underway. Roselle Catholic controls a little bit of an odd tip.
And that's just a glimpse of the leaping ability that Hillsman possesses as you see him winning that tip.
And Mgbako going right to work in the low block. Too much to handle.
Looking like his older brother now playing at Indiana this year. Ethan Mgbako going right to work on that low block.
On the other end of 3-ball, it's the senior Alex Kanav.
Kanav wasted no time to respond quickly, taking the lead back for Manasquan. And a nice 3 from the wing.
Inside, going to work as Mgbako. This time he lost it.
See a blue jerseys there, a couple of hands reaching in, forcing the turnover.
How about the starting group for Manasquan? They go with Ray Weisenheimer, Jason Larnett, Luke Roy, Griffin Lindstrom, and Alex Kanav. And they lead it 3-2 with a minute gone by here in the first. Going to the bucket is Weisenheimer. It's swatted away by Hillsman. This time Lindstrom throws the pump fake but couldn't finish.
That was a little concerning. I thought Hillsman was going to get caught with the foul coming down that second jump, landed right on the ball handler, but nothing.
Lindstrom to the hole, too strong. Long rebound out to Tyrese Hunter. Up ahead to Hillsman. Hangs and finishes with the left hand.
Hillsman, the sophomore, very long inside, able to shield off the defender and go in with the left hand. And you got to like the development that you're seeing out of him. Head coach Todd Decker is really excited for what he sees in his future.
So Manasquan will slow things down here. Almost 2 minutes gone by. A 3-ball for Weisenheimer. Off the mark. Hillsman with a tremendous athletic play to save it, but a whistle underneath. They're going to get Jaden Kelly on the push, so it stays with the Warriors.
It's a great effort from Hillsman, though, but too bad it got thrown right into trouble. He tried coming to help out on the defense, but the reach in from behind is going to end up making this one Manasquan ball.
Working it down low, Lindstrom in the corner. Spinning to the low block. Feeding down low. Great cut, but Roy can't finish.
You got to give it to Luke Roy, though, coming in and trying to bail out his guy on that one. Although they couldn't link up for the points, it's still, though, those are those efforts where you got to help out a teammate when he's in trouble that can help you win the game.
Hunter thought about a deep one, now gives it up. Jalen Grant will reset it over to Mgbako. Out near the logo. 5.5 to play in the first. Mgbako lets that one fly and knocks it down. Ethan Mgbako.
Already had that low block. You saw both sides of the low block scoring and now the long three-pointer able to stretch the floor. Ethan Mgbako, 5 points already.
A deep one for Weinsheimer, no good, out of bounds. Back to Roselle Catholic, so a strong start. They lead at 7-3.
I think it's just been the spacing right now for Roselle Catholic. Their ability to have multiple scorers who can do it from anywhere on the floor and just setting up a lot of this, quick passing offense.
Hillsman no good on the floater, but an offensive board. Mgbako too strong. Another offensive rebound this time. The senior Kelly recovers it. At the free throw line, Hunter, drive and kick. Kelly for three. Yes! It's a barrage from the Lions, and they lead it 10-3.
Can't let them get out to the arc in open space. They will make you pay. The best thing about this team is that when someone starts cooling down, someone else starts heating up.
Manasquan in the half court. Weinsheimer, the freshman, driving left. Nice backdoor cut. And the floater is too strong for Larned.
Couple of easy layups inside that they're missing. These are looks that Manasquan can't afford to pass up because Roselle Catholic's knocking everything down.
Mgbako on cue hits another one. It's a 10-point lead for Roselle Catholic.
Unbelievable. He's got a pair of triples and just too smooth on it. That's going to force a timeout here. And for good measure, fellas, I mean, you talk about it yourself and going back with that multiple possessions that were blown. It was a backdoor cut off the double man trap on the side of that right wing that frees up a shooter but doesn't use the glass. But then even still, an offensive board comes in and they still can't get the points. Just can't leave it.
Some three-point shooting propelling Roselle Catholic early, and as you mentioned, Dan, a couple missed opportunities there for Manasquan. A tough start for the Warriors.
Yeah, and these are opportunities that they need to cash in on, especially the Roselle Catholic team that's very deep and led by Todd Decker in his first season at the helm. You're seeing how he tries to implement that patch of school method, that spacing out the floor, getting guys wide open in the corner. Ethan Mgbako, everybody can ball handle right now. You're seeing 3 different ball handlers take the ball up for the Lions already, and they're just spacing the floor out and doing everything right in the passing game.
So with 4:14 to go, Manasquan will have it. The Warriors led by head coach Andrew Bildo, 16th season, 433 and 133 overall. He has done nothing but win, including the school's first state championship last year. That pass knocked out of bounds. They very likely would have won it all back in the 2019-2020 season. They were 31-1 after winning the section, and the year got shut down due to COVID, so they did not get a chance to finish off that year.
Well, DJ Khaled said it best. All they do was win.
Lindstrom getting baseline, has to pick up his dribble, kicks it out. Open man, no good. Kanav on the 3, fight for the rebound, tapped out to Mgbako, but the Lions give it away. Good patience by Lindstrom in the corner, 3 ball, left short by Roy, and Hillsman rips it down. Outlet pass up ahead to Hunter, and Lindstrom is hit with the foul in transition.
How about Hunter, though, able to hang on to that one. Defender draped on him, and shout out Hillsman putting that one in the air right where it needed to be. A nice link up that could have led to 2 had the foul not come.
Yeah, Roselle Catholic, it's been a little bit of a tumultuous season here, 7-9 coming into this one, but they've had to play really tough competition and to implement a new system, try to get everybody on board, and right now you're seeing finally the results pay off in this first quarter, the way they've been able to move the ball around.
Kelly gives it up to Jalen Grant. Grant, just a sophomore. He's already got 6 Division I offers. Steps into a 3 ball there, off the back rim, rebounded by Kanav. Manasquan looking to end the drought here. Weinsheimer pull up, too strong. The miss falls into his lap, and they'll reset it.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody get their own rebound from the ground like that, fellas. From the three-point line.
Off the screen is Lindstra, matched up with Hillsman. Inside, kick out Weinsheimer for three. That one's off the front rim, tracked down by the fresh face, the sophomore Jack O'Reilly for the Warriors. Lindstra lost the handle. Hunter comes away with it. Kelly to a cutting Hunter. Right hand, he's got it.
Sea of Manasquan defenders inside with 3 defenders draped. High one inside by Hunter. Great shot.
Manasquan trying to answer. They've only hit that 1-3 ball in the early goings. A whistle there and a foul. It's a 13-0 run for Roselle Catholic. And they have taken over in the tail end of this first quarter.
Well, you know, as we said, that 7-9 record, don't let it fool you. When they played teams like St. Benedict's, Life Center, the Patrick School, Long Island Lutheran, just to name a couple of that's been on their schedule. It's been a really hard a season for them, but it's because they're scheduling the best that they can get their hands on.
This is Roselle Catholic. This is one of the most iconic teams in the state of New Jersey. If you want to talk about players who have always come out of here and produced at the highest level, this institution's one of them.
That pass too strong. Manasquan gives it away again. Larned back into the game for the Warriors.
And, you know, let's not forget about Todd Decker, too. As you said, you know, at his first helm, he had a 65-16 record while at the Patrick School. I mean, this is a man that's accustomed to winning and dominating.
Kelly at the free throw line. That one's off the front rim. Rebounded by O'Reilly. Craig Belfield, the junior, checks into the game for Roselle Catholic at the last whistle.
And not only does Todd Decker win as a coach, he won as a player. Went to Seton Hall Prep, won the 1997 Group 3 section title. And in 1998, won the NJAC title for the TCNJ Lions, who share the name of Roselle Catholic.
A minute and a half to play in the first. Lindstra kicks out, corner 3 ball for Knov, no good, offensive board, and O'Reilly has the easy 2.
Just got to stick with it, get points any way you can, even if it's the hard way, the nitty-gritty way of having to get those offensive rebounds. You got to keep possessions alive.
Grant, drive and kick. Kelly thought about it, gives it to Hillsman. Mgbako on the baseline. Good ball movement. Grant has all day, knocks it down.
And I love the extra pass from Jaden Kelly in that situation. Had the open shot and then decided at the last second, nah, I think the better shot is in the corner with a wide open 3 from Grant.
Lindstra working near the volleyball line, getting to the bucket with a step, off glass and in. Count the basket.
Nice way of taking contact in traffic, and you're going to have to come up with something if you're going to stick around with this kind of high-powered offense. I mean, you look at Hillsman, who they very well could have hit on that slash right before, but they kind of used him as a decoy, and that's what led to that three-point ball. Manasquan's got to start pulling the tricks out of the bags a little bit here and be able to get a run on their own, but it starts here at the free throw line.
Lindstra trying to convert the N1, and he does. 42 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's a 12-point deficit still. I believe they might have had that wrong on the scoreboard. Now they'll fix it. So it's a 10-point game, 18-8. Roselle Catholic leads it. 25 seconds left. Grant's floater off the back rim. Lindstra slows it across for Manasquan. A chance to cut this down to single digits at the end of the first quarter. Looks like they'll hold on for the last shot. 10 seconds to play. Lindstra picked up at half court. Step back, long 2, off the side iron. Rebounded by Mgbako, full court heave. Didn't miss by much. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter here at Franklin High School. A dominant one for Roselle Catholic, especially shooting the ball.
No, absolutely, man. They were just motion after motion, great drawn-up play after great drawn-up play. They were all over the place. They were active. And I'll tell you, efficiency from Mgbako on shooting, it was a really great display.
Grant hit a couple of threes as well. Mgbako from the outside. When you have that deadly perimeter game, it opens up so much on the interior. And then you saw Jaden Kelly get inside, Tyrese Hunter getting inside. This offense is looking really, really, balanced in the way they attack. You see on the replay right there, Mgbako on the opening possession getting that layup. And then the defense hounding inside. Great block on the time inside by number 21, Jaden Kelly. And then again on the other side, Roselle Catholic. What a perfect first quarter, the way they played in Hillsman.
Look at this ball movement right through Mgbako, a wide open three, splashes from downtown. He's not even phased, he just expects to do that.
All things considered, though, as you take a look inside the Manasquan huddle, Coach Andrew Bilodeau trying to draw up the comeback. You got to be pretty happy if you're the Squan, right? Only a 10-point ball game in what seemed like an avalanche of a first quarter.
No, absolutely. I think you got to be pretty proud of that effort for sure. To be sitting there at a 10-point lead, of course. But I would love to see them get Griffin Lynchra a little more open in some more successful positions here. I mean, he's averaging 18, just under 19 points a game at 18.9. He's a scorer. Get him into position to be successful and get him going. And that'll be the success to mount in that comeback. 10 points is only 10 points, but that can pile up.
Manasquan will have it to start the second quarter. And they could really use a bucket here to get out on the right foot. They knocked down that three ball early in the first quarter and then went real quiet for most of the period. That one taken away inside. And Hunter brings it across for the Lions. Swinging it around, Hillsman. Back up top. Manasquan in his own look. Hunter, a deep three ball. That's good.
He checked there from Hunter from the wing. Just saw the shot and said, I'm not afraid to take it. Shooters are going to shoot. And Roselle Catholic is feeling it right now.
Weinsheimer, the freshman, drive and kick. Good ball movement in the corner. Larned left it short. The three ball not falling for Manasquan early, but a great play there by Lynchra to rip it away and make the easy two.
Yeah, O'Reilly right there to grab that strip as well and hit him with the quick strike. That's what it's all about. You got to be playing with that heart. I mean, you saw that was a big man rebound and strip from both sides.
Another three ball for Roselle Catholic. They're answering every punch early on.
That's the problem with the zone. You get those quick passes, it opens up the threes outside, and if you can knock it down at the rate that Roselle Catholic is, that's the recipe to run away with it.
Make it 6 threes now for the Lions, and they are feeling it.
6:20 to play in the first half. 14-point deficit for the Warriors. Weinsheimer kicking out, intercepted. Kalik Thomas on the steal. Grant over to Thomas. Finishes on the break.
And the length right now from Roselle Catholic, a little too much. Getting into those passing lanes. Manasquan trying to spread things out, but when you have to really stretch out these passes, it's making it so much more easier for this defense of the Lions to get things done.
Weinsheimer couldn't finish the three, and the end one on the other end for Jalen Grant.
And when it rains, it pours right now. I mean, it just seems like look after look, the numbers is going in favor of Roselle Catholic. The Lions moving with some speed. They catch a Warrior out all by himself. And you saw Grant had options. He could go up by himself. He could have laid it off. And we could have slowed things down and wait for the rest of the troops. He says, no, we're going full steam ahead, and he nails that one.
Jalen Grant's really impressed me in these first two quarters. You can see why he's got so many offers. The speed, the shooting ability, the defense, the dribbling, everything has been top-notch, and I could say he's really been developing these last few years.
Nice fight inside, and Hillsman rips it away and wins another possession for Roselle Catholic. Belfield in the lane, floater with the right off glass and in.
Speaking of development, how about Eric Hillsman? The strength of this young man just keeps on getting more physical each time we see him. That rebound, crucial in setting up that bucket.
Hillsman has Division I offers from Fairfield and Hampton. On the other end, Lynchra with an impressive finish.
Lynchra, the point forward, taking the ball up, and a guy like him with dribbling ability at that length.
Great ball movement again by the Lions, but Hillsman had a foot on the line, so wipe that one off. Still a 30-12 lead, and this one is getting out of hand early.
And I think Manasquan needs to go on a run quick. And it starts with the offense. You know, guys got to make their open shots early on. A couple of missed layups. This game could be a lot closer right now if those shots go in.
Lynchra, great step back and finishes.
That's what it's all about. Get your best player and some good looks. You want to start, you got to chip away at these leads. You're not going to get it all back in one possession. There is no 20-point play to get you back in this one, you know? So good possessions, handling the ball. You just got to stay mentally focused.
Grant stepping into a three, too strong. Fight for the rebound. Roselle Catholic comes away with it. Inside Hunter, no. Hillsman, another offensive board.
That's already 6 offensive boards for the Lions in this one. Got to be able to box out your Manasquan. You're giving up a lot of height inside. They're just sneaking right in. They're not even boxing out.
They got to lock in on defense too, right? I mean, the couple of times we've seen the last 2 turnovers, it's been self-inflicted from Roselle Catholic. Too much heat on the pass on that one, and then before players stepping out of bounds before receiving the pass. So it's really, yes, you're getting stops. You need to take advantage of these points, but you need to figure out ways to get stops of your own.
The freshman Weinsheimer takes it across. Ryan Mulvaney, the senior, seeing his first action for Manasquan. 4.5 to play in the first half. Lindstra off the screen. Working the lane, nice feed to Roy. Deflected out of bounds. It looked like it was deflected, and now they're going to say it was not touched, so it goes back to Roselle Catholic.
And Roy was really calling for that deflection. It looked like there's a hand in there. I thought maybe Mgbako got a hand on it.
I thought for sure it was touched before going out. But regardless, the Lions have it again. Mgbako at the free throw line. That's shooting practice.
I mean, you see the zone look, and he just shows right in the pocket, like a tight end against a cover, too. Just finding an opening, and it just literally turns right to a jumper, and it's so smooth.
Lindstra works it outside. Now gets it back on the wing, trying to create space in the lane. Can't get the bounce. Nice rebound from Belfield.
Roselle Catholic coming with a straight man-to-man defense that last possession, and they are sliding really well. Help defense coming right there at the end.
Jaden Kelly, the lone senior, knocking down the triple. They are getting anything they want. Roselle Catholic early on. 3-ball no good for Kanav. Hunter quickly the other way. Inside, Hillsman off 2 feet, floats it in.
You saw Hillsman was calling for the alley-oop attempt on that one. He gets the pass, just not at the time he wanted it.
That one thrown away. Hunter in the corner. No good. Fight down low and a whistle. We'll go back to Manasquan. It is snowballing right now against the Warriors.
Getting ugly, my friend. That's for sure. And I don't even know how you stop it right now. You switch from a man to the zone. They're picking you apart on it. And then even on the offensive side, you're having tough times getting some good looks. It's just kind of easier said than done. Just got to take a breather. Maybe a timeout might do them some good.
Lindstra picked up by Mgbako, draws the reach-in foul. Oh, wow. They're going to call an offensive foul actually against Lindstra.
Was it push-off or was it back to the defender?
I think they might have said that he hooked him. That is a tough call to go against the Warriors, and they say when it rains, it pours. Well, it is torrential against Manasquan here in this first half. Just seems like everything has gone Roselle Catholic's way. Mgbako, baseline pull-up, of course.
That's a great zone beater again. You throw it inside to the big fella, Hillman, and then right outside to Mgbako, wide open in the corner.
Kanav all alone and knocks one down, and now Coach Decker wants to talk things over. But a great first half so far, 2.5 to play, and they lead it by 22.
Well, you know what? You got to look at where you've been having success if you're the Warriors. I mean, the senior Alex Kanav has gone 2 for 3 from 3. I think you keep on getting him the ball. You got to get Lindstra open up and try to create some motion and diversion. I think there's just too much stagnant movement when it comes to that offense. You're not getting the looks that you're looking, and the Lions right now are circling the prey.
You see Coach Decker there in the Roselle Catholic huddle. I spoke to him earlier this week, and he said to me, you know, I've been doing it 18 years. The last 2 years I took off. I was at home working on my farm, and he wasn't necessarily looking to get back into the game. And then Roselle Catholic called, and he said, if you're a New Jersey high school basketball guy, that's a job that you can't turn down.
Clark Kent went to become Superman again. He left the farm of Smallville, now back to Roselle Catholic, and right now They're looking like he's from Krypton.
And how about his resume? Coached at St. Peter's Prep, was 69-19 there. Coached at the Patrick School, 65-16 there. And now trying to turn around Roselle.
I mean, he's doing a pretty good job getting the start off. I mean, listen, they lost 3 of their top 6 recruits in New Jersey just last season, and now coming back at it and to schedule the teams that they're playing against.
Hillsman knocks down the shot from the elbow, 41-17.
Iron sharpens iron is what I was getting at.
And Hillsman, again, wide open on that free throw line. That zone's being picked apart. There's no adjustment here for Manasquan.
Good ball movement to Kanav, who knocks down another one, and maybe the Warriors are getting hot.
That's what I'm talking about. Create the diversion. You see the pass down low. It sets up the offense to get a little bit open, and a wide open 3 with the collapsing defenders coming down. Perfect play. Get in your bag, Warriors.
Kelly for 3. That one's good. Quick answer for the Lions.
I have never seen this is shades of Ramapo against Immaculate Conception last year, and the way these threes have been going down.
Inside, Hillsman with a block. Second chance won't go, and Hillsman grabs the board, but he had a foot on the line.
I was going to say, he was out rebounding everybody, including Jordan Kelly, who's his teammate.
Some changes here. Ryan Mulvaney back to the bench for Manasquan. It's a 24-point Roselle Catholic lead. If you're just joining us, we apologize for some technical difficulties. Jack Bartek, Brandon Morazzo, Anthony Cafone. It's NJ Hoop Recruit, powered by All Abilities Live. Here at the Metro Classic, last game of the Friday night. A full slate of games tomorrow. You'll be able to catch them all here. Working across the lane. Larned kicks out to Lindstra. Gets it back, has a step going to the bucket, can't finish. But an offensive rebound, Kanav resets it. In the corner, Larned, floater, can't get the bounce. Oh, nice takeaway. Lindstra, patient, floats it in.
That's what you got to do, full court press, choke the pressure that Roselle Catholic's been showing you all first half, and get some easy baskets off the turnovers.
And Mgbako drains another one.
Listen, Mgbako might have the best shot in the state some days.
Oh, beautiful finish on the other end from the freshman Weinsheimer.
I mean, seriously, though, but just perfect form. He's so smooth in it. And we were about to see it again. He thought about it.
22 seconds to play here in the first half. The Lions swinging it around, and Mgbako at the free throw line. Yes!
It's just perfect every time, no matter if it's Hillsman or if it's Mgbako from that fade away from the free throw line. It's been knocking down every single time.
Down to 4 to play. Lindstra, fall away. Got it. Just beating the horn, but just a dent in a massive first half lead for Roselle Catholic at the break. 49-26, the Lions commanding lead.
I'll tell you, that's as dominant as they looked all year long. I mean, they are basically on pace to put up 73, of which they did last time out against Math, Civics, and Science Charter of PA. But other than that, I mean, they've already are about 5 points of their best scores on the run that they've had this season.
So you check out some of the highlights here from the first half, and I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of those three-pointers for Roselle Catholic. Right there, Lindstra there for the bucket. Griffin Lindstra leading the way for the Warriors, but the three-party continued. That time it was Belfield knocking it down. On the break, Grant finished the N1. If they weren't knocking down three-pointers, they were getting N1s. And trouble offensively for Manasquan.
Yeah, turnovers were a big issue. Offensive rebounds for Roselle Catholic were coming in bunches, and then the passing. 1, 2, 3 inside. Great shot by Ethan Mgbako. He finished with 15 in that first half.
It seemed like he got just about anything he wanted. Jaden Kelly, the only senior on the squad, knocking down some three balls. Hillsman making it look easy, not even breaking a sweat out there. Roselle Catholic dominant. Here's Mgbako again, this time the pull-up. He showed it off from all three levels.
No, absolutely, but it's the mid-range for me. Just so smooth, right on target, and his form is just immaculate for me. I mean, you see elbow tucked in, arm right towards it, but still, some great response coming from the Warriors.
Yeah, Weinsheimer, the freshman, that nice cut inside with the left hand, able to get to go.
But Mgbako got that one to fall about 3 or 4 times in that first half. It seemed like Manasquan had no answer, and that brings us here, 49-26 at the break. And it seemed like Roselle Catholic's game plan was, let's plant Ethan Mgbako at the free throw line or the baseline, get the ball to him, and if he doesn't have a shot, swing it around and get it to him again.
You know what? You go with what works, right? And it reminds me of when Ray Allen used to say, remember when he hit that 3 back with Miami against San Antonio? I practiced that shot every day coming to the gym. It just does not happen. And you can see that's the shot. And I feel like they just run that drill. And Mgbako, go to the spot. Everybody else, just be ready in case he doesn't like the look. And they're making the most of it right now.
And it helps when you have the shooters around you like Mgbako did in that first half. It seemed like nobody in white could miss.
Grant, Hillsman, no matter who they put the ball, Hunter as well, everybody got a piece of the pie in that first half. Impressive performance from these lines. These are all sophomores, by the way. They're all underclassmen. There's 2 more years of these guys after this. It's only going to get up from here.
And on the other side for Manasquan, a couple of baskets late. Kanav hit some threes. They're going to need much more where that came from if they want to get back in it.
No, for sure. You know, it's time for one of those any given Sunday Al Pacino speeches. This is it. You come in, you don't know who's in the building. At an event like the Metro Classic, you got to just get back into it, and it starts with grit, determination, physicality for me. Because right now, no disrespect, you're getting out-skilled. So you got to make up for it in other ways, and it starts with the tough nitty-grittiness.
Well, Coach Bilodeau, all the success he's had, you got to have faith that he will have a good game plan coming out of the break.
Absolutely. I mean, he's one of the most winningest coaches in the short conference of these last 10 years. And the fact of the matter is this, you have your guys. Lindstrom's played phenomenal. You looked at other guys on that cutoff as well, was hitting some threes. You have the winning formula. You just got to put it together and go on a run in this third quarter. If you can cut this lead in half by going into the fourth, I say you got a chance.
Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, Anthony Cafone here at Franklin High School. Should be a good second half in store as long as the Warriors can make some adjustments.
No, for sure. And I'll tell you right now, it starts with making the adjustment back on your own defensive end. They're doing a nice job of being active and getting those second chance or catching the line, sleeping a little bit on those rebounds. But it starts with setting up and protecting your home basket, because right now they don't have an answer for it. And it's just basically the open door policy. Everybody come in, get a slice.
Well, they're going to need to figure it out on both ends. They trail at 49-26, headed to the locker room. We'll be back here for second half action. NJ Hooper Crew, powered by All Abilities Live. Last game of day 2 here at the Metro Classic. Come back for the second half. Back here on NJ Hooper Crew, presented by All Abilities Live. Jack Bartek alongside Brandon Marazzo, Anthony Cafone. A huge first half for Roselle Catholic, and they lead at 49-26 over Manasquan. The Warriors going to need a massive change to the game plan out of the break.
Well, you know, it's a game of runs, and you got to claw with your fingernails for that run, right?
One thing that Coach Bilodeau talked to me about yesterday, he said, you know, when you play Roselle Catholic, they have the strange way of making you look really bad, as that one's no good for Grant. He said we have to be very cautious and smart in how we execute. They can make you change your game plan very quickly. I'd say they did just that in the first half.
Absolutely. That is just the tail of the game right now. And now Manasquan's got to look at something else. And you see them trying to run this little two-man game on the bottom of the baseline. And it looked like it worked for a second there, but Roselle Catholic with the speed able to get back in transition.
That pass inside deflected. It'll stay with Manasquan.
And I actually thought that you should have seen Ray Weinsheimer go up with that pass. Just one too many passes. I like the look, though. Keep up the good rotation.
Lindstrom working inside. Foot on the line. It'll stay with Manasquan.
Now they're looking to opt to have Lindstrom playing that low block and see if he can back down instead of him playing that point forward position. Different looks here for Manasquan to see if it works out for him.
Weinsheimer pushed by Grant. Draws a whistle. And so it will stay once again with the Warriors. So maintaining possession here to start the third, but that's not necessarily a good thing. They are going to need buckets and fast. Weinsheimer into the backcourt to go get it. Off the screen, jumped by Hunter. Poised to get it off. Lindstra for three, he's got it.
That's what you need. You need your best scorer to start getting hot. Lindstra pulling up from the parking lot and knocking it down.
And gonna need more where that came from. That's for certain. Cuts it down to 20. Hillsman, backdoor feed to Grant. Hunter, picked up by Weinsheimer. Nice finish with the right.
I thought Hunter might have got called for that offensive foul. A little bit of an elbow there to get that push off. No call, though.
Weinsheimer up top, Lindstra. Out near the volleyball line. If you're just joining us here, Jack Bartek, Brandon Marazzo, Anthony Cafone, NJ Hoop Recruit powered by All Abilities Live. Some connection issues, but we appreciate you tuning in. Hillsman gets a piece of that one. And Mgbako lobs it up to Kelly. Off glass and in.
Still a great finish. I thought he was going to be able to slam it down. It was actually a tougher angle, but a great use of the glass to still get the effective 2 points. It all counts the same.
Huge first half for Roselle Catholic, and after that one, they lead it 53-29. Just a dominant performance from the Lions. And Manasquan trying to claw their way back in here in the second half.
And don't get twisted. This is a really good Manasquan team, top 25 in the state of New Jersey, one of the top teams in the Shore Conference. And Roselle Catholic is playing the perfect game right now, hitting 8 threes in that first half and already coming out of the gates strong with that Mgbako lob.
So Lindstra to inbound underneath. And you said it. I think this is more indicative of Roselle Catholic and where they're at as a team than Manasquan. That one poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. Roselle Catholic sits at 7-9. If you look at the record, you probably say to yourself, what are you talking about? It's not a good team. Well, they also were missing half their team for the first half of the season, and now they're finally starting to round into form, and they have been excellent since an 0-6 start. Grant there poking it away on the break. Easy two.
How about Jalen Grant? He's been a little silent here. We know he's got all the tools, and when you get him to that open space, he really takes off lightning quick, and it starts with the defense for me. And sometimes a little underrated, maybe due to size, but I promise you that kid's one of the best talents you're going to see in the state of New Jersey.
So for Roselle Catholic, on top of a total reset, as that one inside, Roy behind the back pass. Kanav for three is good. He's knocked down a couple of them.
Picking up right where he left off in that first half. Kanav, when he gets open on that wing, really efficient from that area of the court.
This Roselle Catholic team graduated all of its top 7 scorers from last season. Or I should say lost all of their 7 top scorers. Hillsman can't finish that one. Fight for the board. Bodies on the floor. Manasquan takes it the other way. Roy lobs it up to Kanav, batted away. Manasquan maintains it. O'Reilly, no good. Tipped around, Kelly has it. Loose ball again, a little bit of ugly basketball here. Larned settles it to Roy.
You know what? Manasquan needs to make it ugly. They need to keep these possessions alive. That's a great job.
Kanav poked away by Grant. And Grant stumbles over it out of bounds. So the 7 top scorers for this team, a nationally ranked team last season. Simeon Wilcher now at St. John's, Akil Watson at Arizona State, Sebastian Robinson at NJIT, Mackenzie Mgbako at Indiana, Christian Pierre-Louis at St. Rose College, and Rich Briscoe, Tariq Watson, both transfers. And they will be playing Division I ball when they decide on their college. So a total clean slate for Coach Decker, and then he comes in and has to deal with players missing the start of the year due to the transfer rule and or injury.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if he keeps the squad together with those 3 sophomores, I promise you 7-9 will not be the record come senior year.
Oh, Weinsheimer, beautiful finish with the left.
Weinsheimer, a freshman guard, little small, but he's able to squeak his way through the defense with the left hand off the glass. crafty, almost looked like AJ Altabelli out there what we saw yesterday.
Hillsman from the corner, no good.
As you see him trying to add to his game, that's where the development comes next. Extending the shooting, getting that 3-ball to fall for him.
Weinsheimer beats the press. Coach Bildo said to me earlier this week, his upside is huge. He's going to be a star here at Manasquan. Knopf with another triple. He's getting hot here in the second half. Manasquan trying to creep back into it. It's down to 18 with 3:08 to play. And, man, even with a couple shots falling for the Warriors, it's all Roselle Catholic.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's the thing, that even with the great effort that we saw out there, some things falling for them, fellas. But all that time's passed, and you only chipped 2 points off of it.
I mean, Bilodeau's been having Knopf right on that left wing the entire time, though. If you could consistently try to keep running plays to him and have him hitting threes, and then start using him as a decoy, potentially have the defense shift over, you can get more looks on the other side with guys like Lindstra and Weinsheimer attacking that right lane. You have an opening now. Now it's time for you to exploit it and see if you can get back into this game.
And we were talking about that tough start to the year for Roselle Catholic. You see Coach Decker there operating in the huddle. He said to me, since we got in the gym in the summer for the first time, this is like the 5th different team that we've had, between guys coming back from injury, the transfer portal, guys transferring out, whatever it may be. And he said, early in the season when you only have 6 or 7 guys, you really can't do a ton. They had to play a ton of zone looks when they're mostly a man-to-man team. It totally changed the dynamic, and they were playing a national schedule that was set up for the nationally good team last year.
It reminds me of the Los Angeles Lakers last year, putting out, I believe, a league-high 25 different starting lineups for the year. It's hard to get some success going when you got that much disarray and plugging in new guys and trying to get the chemistry to go. But, hey, you manage.
Well, they have certainly figured it out as of late. Kelly from the wing. That time too strong. Knopf with the board. As I mentioned, they started 0-6. They've won 7 of their last 10. Weinsheimer getting to the bucket. Oh, beautiful feed. Nifty from Weinsheimer. And it's an easy 2.
No look, passing it right down, right on the money, Ant.
And he did that drive the last time down the floor. Exact same look. This time he elects to pass it off, keeping the defense honest.
Belfield works it back up top. Kelly swinging around, great ball movement from the corner, a 3-ball, no good for Jalen Maldonado, seeing his first time, but Hillsman's there for the board. Jalen Maldonado, that was the first action we've seen tonight, and he had a mask on, threw it off after the missed 3.
I don't think he was comfortable. I think it might have messed with his vision a little bit. I mean, they always want the players to wear those masks, but I don't know if you guys have ever worn them. I've worn one for wrestling. It's not fun.
I mean, Kobe Bryant played best with the mask on, so maybe it's not always bad, but in this case, it can get uncomfortable. It can affect the way you sort of see the court, because think about it. It's always that side vision. When you want to make that extra pass, it's always the side of your eye. That mask blocks that all out.
Well, I was going to say, you talk about Kobe Bryant. You're talking about mental focus that's on 1,000 out of 100.
Yeah, I don't think using like Kobe, Kyrie, and LeBron as examples is why a mask doesn't affect you is making the point that
you know what, you're
think
right.
it is.
You're absolutely right. That was dumb of me.
2:08 to play here in the third. The lead is still 18 for Roselle Catholic. And we also saw a fresh face in the game for Manasquan, the 6'5 freshman Logan Cleveland, who hasn't seen much time for the Warriors this year, but trying to get a new look and some more size in there in that zone.
Yeah, I think that was the main issue this entire time. Roselle Catholic coming with the length in there. Passing lanes have been clogged up all night. You haven't been able to do your normal offense and space out the floor like you want to. So maybe getting that little extra size in there and able to help out in the rebounding department as well to box out. I like this move.
Some good youth on this Manasquan team as well. It seems like they're in good shape for a couple of years here, just like the Lions on the other side. 2 minutes to play in the third. Lindstra, nice job by Hillsman to bat the pass away, and Lindstra gives the smart foul to stop the break.
He had Cleveland wide open on that low block. If you could just turn around and get that bounce pass to him. Roselle Catholic coming with the double team and trying to really trap in the corners. get that pass out, get that ball down low, and get that easy basket.
But still, though, that was a smart foul because Hillsman had Mgbako on the break, and that was about to be another easy 2.
Another new man in there for Manasquan, Brandon Kunz, the junior. Grant over to Hunter. Now it's Mgbako, isolated, going to work. Thought about the step back, looking for Hillsman, foot on the line, and that'll turn it over. Manasquan trying to cut into an 18-point game.
Sure, but I'll tell you right now, I don't even care that Hillsman was out of bounds. That pass was
Beautiful.
serious coming from Mgbako.
Manasquan going backwards here, trying to break the press, and they do. Kanav picks up the dribble. Nice cut by Lindstra. No good on the lay-in, but a foul, and he'll shoot 2.
Lindstra attacking right now, and I think that's the key for Manasquan is getting to this free throw line, stopping the clock, starting to generate some more points, and start to get these Roselle Catholic defenders in foul trouble. This
is a Manasquan team that lost the 4-star number 20 junior in the country, Darius Adams, who we just saw playing for La Lumiere earlier today. And on top of that, they lost to would have been their star senior, Ryan Fraunheim, who was the second leading scorer last year and number 12 in the state in assists. He suffered a season-ending injury. In their absence, Griffin Lindstra has stepped up and taken over that number 1 scoring role, and Coach Bilodeau said he couldn't be prouder.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just need a Robin to rise to the Batman role. And when guys, for unfortunate circumstances or decide to make other decisions, that's going to lead a lane for someone to come in to take up those minutes, take up those points. And you got to give it to Griffin Lindstra, the junior, because he's been filling it nicely.
And that's been the common theme with both of these teams. It's the roster turnaround, the constant pivoting from both of these coaches to consistently get to the point that where they're at. And the fact that they're both here at the Metro Classic with all these roster troubles just goes to show you how great both these coaches are at adapting to the circumstances that their team is facing.
A reach in there. Kanav checks out. Nice defense by Luke Roy, who I think he might have gotten away with one there based on his reaction. Grant thought he was pushed, but they'll call him out of bounds, so Manasquan gets it back. It's only a 16-point game with 52 seconds to play in the third. Crazier things have happened.
A 3 here gets you to a 13-point game, and now it's really manageable. You got to just reach those milestones, fellas.
We saw a nice comeback from Blair Academy earlier, although they fell short. They were down 28 points in that game, got it down to 6 in the second half. Lindstra backing down in the lane, short, and Hillsman skies up for the board. Man, Eric Hillsman, so impressive on the glass.
Yeah, he's boxing out well. Even on the offensive game, too, he's been fading away from that free throw line. Now right here. Oh.
Hunter lobbed it up. Hillsman couldn't finish. 15 seconds to play in the third. Lindstra in transition, feeds it down low. Count the bucket for Logan Cleveland. Through contact, no call. Down to 6 to play in the third. Grant over to Mgbako, puts up the contested 3, short. Hillsman can't get it off in time, so a strong end to the third quarter. And Manasquan trying to make it interesting here at Franklin High School.
Listen, it's all about reaching those milestones, right? If you look at the entire comeback, it can feel like the weight of the world's on you. However, if it's let's just get to 15 points by this certain amount of time, get down to 13 points by this amount of time, then next thing you know, it's 11, then 9, and then maybe 6, then 3.
Maybe 2.
And then you're there.
Should check out Lindstra right there, knocking down the 3 ball. A late push. Lindstra was a key factor. Kelly, the senior for Roselle Catholic, finishing it off glass. Seemed like they had an answer for everything. Kanav knocked down a couple triples. He's been key in this second half for the Warriors. And how about the freshman? He's been finishing at the rim and dishing it off as well.
I mean, listen, that was a beautiful no-look pass that we saw before. But speaking of passing, how about this open 3?
Kanav again knocking down from that left wing. He's been absolutely money from there.
And that's the magician feed for the freshman, Weinsheimer. He's been terrific.
All Manasquan in this third quarter. Their runs that they went on, getting those open looks inside, opening things up for Kanav on the left wing. you know the game plan that Bilodeau wants to go to, and he's executing here in this third quarter.
Not for sure, but you got to give it to the freshman Weinsheimer. They should be calling him one-timer because that's all he needs is one opportunity to get someone open on a beautiful dish.
This Manasquan team has won the section each of the last 3 full seasons and 5 of the last 8. Last year, their first state title in school history. They haven't had a losing season since 2010, 2011, and since then they've won 20-plus games in 10 of the last 12 years. The only 2 they didn't, 19 wins and 18 wins. So Bilodeau has figured out the formula. He said, I've been lucky with the talent I've gotten. All I've had to do is make sure I don't mess it up.
Those are better records than Ant's 2K seasons.
Mgbako gives it up top to Hunter. Roselle Catholic trying to drain some clock. Grant, like the look, couldn't finish. Hillsman skying up for a board. Grant thought about it again. This time he'll slow it down.
No need to rush. No shot clock. I mean, we see the shot clock in a few games today, but not in these NJ-only games. So they're just going to pass this one around and force Manasquan to leave their zone.
Hot potato for the Lions, and Hillsman finds a lane and takes off.
And there you see the roar right at the end of it. He's been lurking on that baseline, looking for an alley-oop try, looking for anything to get open. He loves taking to the air and taking flight.
Coach Decker called him a high flyer. He said he is electric. Showed it off right there. Maybe another chance. Mgbako running the floor. Nope, he'll take it himself and finish with the right hand.
A good spin there, fast break, and Mgbako had the option to pass that one off. Decided to take it himself. Another turnover leading to another transition points for the Lions.
Roy floating it up baseline. Nice touch.
Got to adjust for the hops and the height and length of Hillsman, and that time floating that one way sky high like an Andre Iguodala 3.
6:15 to play. Still only a 16-point game. Hunter working one-on-one against Weinsheimer. This is going to be the tough part for Manasquan. They're going to have to go man-to-man and get out there and guard if they want to keep Roselle Catholic from just draining this clock. Mgbako floating it up to Hillsman. Pulls it down and resets it.
Oh, I thought Hillsman might have just got away with a bit of a travel on that one.
Mgbako bodying and finishing with the right hand. Too much size.
And that's the athleticism that Roselle Catholic brings, able to pass this ball around, beat the man-to-man, and get the easy bucket.
Cleveland had it poked away. Great hands from Jalen Grant. Down to 5.5 to go, and a reach-in foul against Roy.
You know, call me crazy, but he kind of gives me like Ty Lawson vibes, you know? Could just do a little bit of everything and could very easily take over the game when needed to.
O'Reilly and Larned back in for Manasquan. Grant feeds it down low to Hillsman, and again, same lane, and he puts it down.
I mean, that's a great find. Right down the low block. Hillsman going up with the dunk, two-hand slam, and that's just been the off-ball movement that the Lions been bringing all night long.
Roy, nice feed, but better hands from Hunter to poke it away. Grant pulls up. Too strong. Mgbako an offensive board. Second chance, no good. Lead back up to 20 now for Roselle Catholic. In the lane, Larned. Nice Euro step. Couldn't finish, but a goaltend.
Yeah, Hillsman just affecting the rim too much while getting up there. But I don't know if you guys saw when he hit the backboard. I believe the middle of his palm was about equivalent with the top of the box.
Just supreme athletes on that Roselle Catholic side. They have been great tonight, and in this fourth quarter, taking control right back. Hillsman, easy finish down low.
That's where he's been setting up almost every time down the floor in this fourth quarter, and he's been able to be found there inside by Grant.
Roy can't finish. Another board for Hillsman.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you just have that spot on the court that you like getting the ball in. It ends up being your favorite spot. Kyle Corver, it was the corner 3. For Eric Hillsman, it's down low, receiving a pass for a nice jam or a layup.
Manasquan throwing out the full court press, trying to make a last-ditch effort. Grant. Hunter. Now Mgbako with it. halfway through this fourth quarter. Roselle Catholic, 20-point advantage. Kelly going up strong. Oh, and he takes a hard spill. And now he's ready to get up. It looked like he landed straight on that back, and he's got the padded pants on underneath, it looks like, so maybe that caught the brunt of it. He took a hard fall, though, for sure.
No, for sure. I mean, you even saw head coach Decker almost running out onto the court, and that sounded like a WWE ring, the way that he bounced off that.
Check it out again. It looks like he thought he had that foot underneath him, and it wasn't there, never caught. And that was a big drop.
And those are the scariest plays, when you sort of lose your footing and you're falling back first. You got to protect that head area as well. You don't want that head slammed to the ground, and at least he was avoiding the concussion there at the minimum.
Second one for Kelly is good. 4:07 to play. It's a 22-point lead. Larned trying to get to the bucket. No good, but a foul, and he'll shoot two.
And he's got some athleticism. Nice jump there, getting right to that dribble inside. Had the body shielded off, switched to the right hand midair, and able to draw the foul. Larned looking strong there on that take.
So Larned to the line. Looks like Manasquan poised to fall to 16-5 on the year. A team that only had 4 losses last season altogether. And over the past 4 years, they've only had 11 losses in total.
Yeah, and this is not one where you sort of beat yourself up, because this is a really good Roselle Catholic team. They're getting hot at exactly the right time in this season. So overall, you put over your best foot forward in that third quarter, made it a closer game. But again, Roselle Catholic coming out in the fourth quarter, determined, focused, and able to run off a lot of this clock.
Kelly in some trouble. Timeout, Roselle Catholic. So Coach Decker not wanting to take any chances late in this one. Trying to make sure his guys are ready to put it away clean.
Yeah, I think he knows on the other side that Bilodeau is not going to give this one up without a fight. Still 3:41. This one's a little bit out of reach, but they're still going to be coming with that pressure. They're still going to want to get turnovers and make this one a much closer game. And for Decker, you got to be prepared for that. Continue to move the ball the way you've been doing. I like the possessions that they've been doing. They've been moving the ball around a lot, trying to keep the ball away, and then drawing that zone out and allowing guys like Hillsman down low to just eat down low for easy buckets.
And for Manasquan, a solid effort, but it looks like they're going to come up short in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know, we never want to call it too quick, but with 3:41 and a 20-point deficit up on that scoreboard, I fear that we're just playing for pride right now. But you know what? These kind of losses, they do good for you when it comes late in the season, because it's not the state tournament, right? You're still alive very much when it comes to that. And it shows you what you're made of. How are you going to bounce back the next game? You got a good test of some real high talent. You put your best foot forward, and it just wasn't your night.
Inside, that one won't go. Grant, offensive rebound, and Roselle Catholic has been dominant on the glass. Out top, a reach-in foul. 3:25 to go. It's a 20-point Roselle Catholic lead.
And it all stems from that first initial run in that first quarter where Mgbako was hitting threes, Grant was hitting threes, Kelly was hitting threes. It was everybody was putting them on the board. And that's just a lot for a team to come back from. When a team is just knocking down everything from the outside, you get to that point where you're like, oh, well, no matter what defense we put out, they're going to score.
Grant working up top. Kelly, nice feed inside. Mgbako lost it, but Hillsman right there for an easy two.
Just too easy, man. They get the looks that they want. You see the switch, the pass coming in. And, I mean, they've just been a absolute, not a team, a unit tonight.
Lindstra working inside. Oh, and Mgbako almost poked it away, but hit with the reach-in call.
And he's capable. You know, there's been a couple of times that we've seen Roselle Catholic this year, and Mgbako actually likes when the defender gets past him. He gives him a chance to pick the pocket and just start the fast break for him, but just getting caught with the hand in the cookie jar a little too late.
Lulling him to sleep.
Down to 2:40 to play. In the lane. Oh, Hillsman! A volleyball spike. How does he do it?
I tell you how he does it with all that length up top, leaping ability. That's how he does it. Fantastic there from Hillsman. The matter of the fact is this: he is athletic. He's continuing to just get better and better with each game, and it's looking like he is starting to really rise through the stock of 2026.
Well, let's just be honest. He doesn't have calf muscles. There's actually springs loaded in there.
Linstra, floater, rolls in. I was going to say, it looked like slam ball jumping off the trampoline to go up and get it.
Well, listen, I'll tell you right now, when it comes to Hillsman, I don't know where the career is going to go. We all know he's going D1. I'm sure it's going to be very illustrious. However, all things, let's say that they fail, right, hypothetically speaking, slam ball should call him up yesterday.
That one was worth a second look, and boy, can he jump. It just seems like this Roselle Catholic team has a little bit of everything, and it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, as cliche as that sounds.
No, it's not cliche. It's actually the way you should be approaching a season. You take your lumps early on in the year. You get the whole team together. You finally get those transfers in that you wanted. You got the team that you finally wanted around you, and Todd Decker is coaching them brilliantly.
You know what? That's what it comes down to is that, they've lost a lot of people, but this is a young squad. They're still learning. They're still developing. They're going to learn how to be dominant throughout a whole season and not just a nightly basis.
So we'll see if Roselle Catholic can finish this one out strong. They've had no problem in this fourth quarter. .224 to play. It's a 20-point Lion lead. And Mgbako takes it across. No traffic. Laying it right in with the right hand.
And he gets past his man. There's no help side defender to come up, and an easy run at the basket for Mgbako as he is well past the 20-point threshold tonight. Fantastic performance.
Linstra over to Kanav. He's got it. So knocked down a couple in that third quarter. Tried to help Manasquan get back in it. He has found the stroke late.
Not a great night for Manasquan, but a great night for Kanav. He has been money from the wing tonight. That's his 4th-3 of the night, continuing to just bury it.
Weinsheimer spinning. Oh, English off glass and in.
That's just a beautiful touch for sure.
My.
I mean, listen, that late in the game and to have an effort like that, good for him. And as we said for Coach Bilodeau, it's all about moving forward here and getting back to basics. Everything's cool when you're winning. How do you respond after a game like this? I think they're going to be just fine.
And it looks like Manasquan is calling off the dogs. Some subs in. Dan McManus, the junior, seeing his first action. Mateo Chiarella, the junior, also on for the Warriors. Out there with Kunz, Cleveland, and Ryan Mulvaney out there as well, and some changes coming for Roselle Catholic too after the free throw. Grant, first one, no good. Dante Songiuliano, the junior guard for Roselle Catholic, helped them keep their head above water at that start of the season. And Jalen Grant tonight, very impressive.
Every time we see him, the kid's impressive for sure. I mean, so much talent, so much heart, so much skill. And listen, I feel like when guys see him, I don't think that they necessarily give him the full value and respect until they get on the court, and then he just starts hitting you, and you're like, wow, what just started coming at me? High-level skill, that's what it is, and ton of potential.
Kunz driving right, floater, offensive foul. A bold step in there and a good take, and Roselle Catholic gets it back.
And Kunz is a little too aggressive getting into this game right now, trying to make a play, and just running too fast to the basket, jumping too far away.
Sometimes you got to get coach's attention. I'll be honest, that is a better Lion than I ever will be. With the score deficit, I'm not attempting that charge, fellas.
Roselle Catholic bench loved it. The sophomore Jack Latimer into the game for Manasquan. So the bench is empty on both sides. Final minute of play. Mike Nitto also seeing his first time. Got that one blocked from behind. Jalen Maldonado in there now. The sophomore guard has a Division I offer from Buffalo. Again, we haven't seen much of him due to that mask and the injury that is causing him to wear it. Belfield going to work inside, driving kick. Maldonado got a three.
And even though we haven't seen a lot of them, from what we've seen, you can definitely see the glimpses of greatness for sure. I mean, he split the defense before he got blocked, so he took on 3 defenders on that one possession, but then coming back and just lining up for that three, drilling it home, that's the nail in the coffin for me, fellas.
I didn't really need him today. This team played a complete game without him on the floor. He'll just be, extra when this team is clicking on all cylinders with him in the lineup.
Feed down low, floater, can't get the bounce. That one's taken away. Nice work down low. Julian Walthall, the senior. 4 seconds left. San Giuliano lost it. Manasquan gets it back. But the Warriors are going to fall. They'll bump down to 16-5 on the year as they get set to close out their shore conference play. That heave, no good. Roselle Catholic wins another one. 8 of their last 11. They improve to 8-9 on the season. And Coach Todd Decker and the Lions have started to figure things out.
Oh, they figured it out right at the perfect time for sure as the season continuing to go on here, as it's winding down. But it's all about not only the end of this season and building upon next year, as this group of sophomores is showing you they are the real deal. And pretty soon it's not going to be dominating just one games here. Just like that dunk, you're going to be expecting it all season long of dominance.
And Manasquan tried to get back in it here in the second half. You saw the floater there from Roy, but it seemed like everything was breaking Roselle Catholic's way. Hillsman hit that little lay-in, and how about that highlight play?
He just shrugged it off like it was no big deal. Made the block of the night, young man.
That's a tough finish right there from Weinsheimer. The freshman was very impressive. And Roselle Catholic, dominant.
And that's the kind of angles that you got to come at Hillsman when he's got that kind of bounce. He makes you adjust on it. Because if you come straight at him, he swung that thing away. But I'm telling you, fellas, some serious talent here, as we very much know. I cannot wait to see what the year 2026 brings to the Roselle Catholic Lions, providing everybody stays together.
And Manasquan also a tough performance tonight, but they're no slouch of a team, and expect them to make some noise in the Shore Conference.
Yeah, and they had a couple of good performances tonight. Lindstrom played well. Konov played well. You had some good performances from your top 4 scorers. It just wasn't your night. And Roselle Catholic got to that big run early with all those threes that were falling. And when a team is shooting that great, it's near impossible to win a game like that. So you just got to tip your cap to Roselle Catholic today. They played a heck of a game. You just got to come back next time out and get another W.
Tonight, it was all Lions. A big victory for Roselle Catholic to cap off day 2 here at the Metro Classic. Jack Bartek alongside Brandon Marazzo, Anthony Cafone. Another great day of ball, and we'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. The first game, St. Thomas More and Olympus Prep. We'll be here all day long, closing it out at 9 o'clock with the headliner, the number 1 team in the nation, Montverde, taking on New Jersey's best, St. Rose. For Anthony Cafone, Brandon Marazzo, and our entire team here at NJ Hoop Recruit, powered by All Abilities Live, thank you for spending your Friday night with us, and we'll see you tomorrow.